Reporter Devin Cafaro live in Biloxi. Devin, we're hearing this isn't the first time a crash has happened at that crossing.
No, it's not, Bob and Lenise. This is actually the 17th crash between a train and a vehicle at the same exact crossing since 1976. And if you take a look behind me, you can see CSX workers are still out here. They've been out here all day cleaning up the rest of the debris. They actually just installed that new railroad crossing signal, and they've been testing it out since the last one was knocked over yesterday. They're also canvassing the scene, trying to figure out what exactly went wrong yesterday and how they can fix this area to prevent more tragedies.
What got our attention here was that there was another event 2 months ago.
Robert Sumwalt with the National Transportation Safety Board is talking about this. A Pepsi truck caught on the very same railroad crossing, smashed by a CSX train in January. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
So we're very interested in that.
At a press conference in front of the scene of yesterday's tragedy, Sumwalt said the fact that these two incidents happened so close to each other was alarming. He says the NTSB can't make it out to every train vehicle crash that happens, but after reviewing the history of this crossing, they had to start an investigation. One problem here: this hump is known to bottom out larger vehicles. Since 1976, investigators say there have now been 17 different crashes. 2 of them were fatal. There are signs at the crossing warning of this problem, but the question remains for many locals: why hasn't something else been done?
It's complicated. Who is responsible for this grade crossing? It is a shared responsibility between the railroad and the local jurisdiction. In this case, it's the city of Biloxi, and it's not cut and dried. And so we want to make sure that we clearly understand whose responsibility that is.
Biloxi Mayor Andrew Gillick got emotional today, saying he's lost friends in train vehicle crashes before, something he's hoping to change going forward.
Oh yeah. Well, not so much for our friends, but for our kids and our grandkids. You know, the loss of life with, you know, probably first-time visitors to our Biloxi is just tragic, in my opinion. But we're going to make some things, wind up with some good things happening.
The NTSB will gather evidence over the next few days and analyze it all back in Washington, D.C. Depending on what they find, we're told they could make a recommendation to either close or change this crossing.
We have the capability, and we do exercise it, to come out with an urgent recommendation. So that's part of our process, and we don't hesitate to use that urgent authority.
Now, in that story there, we said there have been 2 fatalities, 2 fatal accidents. Well, yesterday actually makes the 3rd fatal accident here at this crossing. And even if the NTSB gives a recommendation, we're told it is ultimately up to state and local leaders to actually make the changes. Mayor Gillick did give his recommendation today to close 6 different crossings in this area, citing safety reasons, which City Council will review in the coming weeks. However, this crossing isn't on that list for a few reasons. One of those reasons being that this is a major traffic area. We're told NTSB should have an update on their investigation tomorrow, and of course, we will let you know what we find out. For now, reporting live in Biloxi, I'm Devin Cafaro for Fox 10 News.